I want more money in, I want more clients, and it's like, well, what the fuck are you doing?
Invest in Nick's setting if you want that.
Yeah. There you go.
Invest in Nick's setting. Like, you want more money? Hit this guy up, bro. Like, super
And
simple.
listen, and do it. Like that. He tells you to do something, you do it, and just watch.
Next thing you know, you have a 30K a month business. 10 appointments coming in. You have to dial
day.
back your outreach.
Bro, I didn't say anything.
You gotta hire a
You
closer.
have to dial back your outreach.
This almost feels uncomfortable. Don't promote me so much, bro. This is not my marketing. Like, fuck.
Oh, bro, it's crazy. Just listen to the guy. You go back to the fact that it's taking 12-hour days, so you think, oh, dude, we can't take any more clients. We can't scale. We have to hire. We have to decrease our profit margins. No, dude, fuck that. You just have to create more efficient systems.
Yes.
And if you look at what you've learned and you look at everybody else and how they're actually scaling their business, it's systems, time efficiency, leverage. And if we weren't here, we wouldn't have learned that. And now we know that we can scale exponentially if we just systemize the back end and get rid of variables. And we went to learn that if we didn't optimize our front end, make a fuck ton of money, come here and be around all these guys.
Yeah.
Let's
Just
do it.
pay me, bro. Like, or not. Like,
Yeah, let's do it. Just and we did it, and boom, now we're here on a fucking in a villa on the Palm in Dubai, driving fucking
Supercars,
Ferraris,
G-Wagons.
yachts.
yeah, bro.
It's because we made a decision, you know, and he helped us make that decision. And it's like we can trust him because you just look at all the social proof. It's crazy. Long-term decisions. You're not just like, oh, I have no time. I need 10K. You know, I need to sign clients. You're not needy.
You're not short-term.
Although the urgency is still there, though.
The urgency
is still
Yes.
there.
And being able to have a player like that in place that
your
you
company.
can trust, you can let just go, is immense.
Growth team, bro. All right, so today we're here on a new client interview. Hunter,
Nick, man.
Rob. These guys scaled from 15 to 30K a month in under 30 days. And today they're gonna explain the strategies to you guys for you to experience the same results. So, guys, do you wanna do a little background introduction?
Yeah, so, I'm Hunter. We flew out here with Nick, we signed with Nick, we came out to the client retreat here in Dubai. It's been amazing so far. Lost for words with the experience here. And yeah, thank you just for sitting down with us.
I'm Rob. Joined Nick a month ago. It's been actually life-changing, and now we're here in Dubai.
It's been crazy, bro.
It's been crazy.
Like the systems, me and Hunter already made a video like on the main YouTube channel, but the things that we're gonna talk about and that we have already talked about is crazy because
Absolutely.
these guys have been able to achieve something great. What would you say has been the main game changer that has happened that has allowed you to scale within the last 30 days?
Definitely the main thing, the biggest turning point from when we came in to where we are sitting here now doing this interview has been our front-end client acquisition. We came into this, 0 appointments booked. We were kind of broken down, had an unfortunate experience. We were actually looking at other people to help us scale. We actually had an interview with somebody and we were like, no, we don't want to do this. We normally make all of our decisions together.
Yeah.
Right? Rob hops on a call with you. He calls me back about 30 minutes later and he said, hey, we're doing this.
I remember that combo, bro.
Yeah, we came in and from then now we can comfortably every day book 10 appointments.
And then we talked about it, right? I remember on the first call, you were like, listen, we have 2 problems, back-end fulfillment and a solid traffic source. Traffic source solved with the outreach process. And the back-end, how's that going right now?
The back end's going great. By solving the front end problems directly, we've indirectly solved the back end problems because they go hand in hand. And
Yeah, bro.
when we have approached and directed our focus at one problem, it's been a domino effect throughout the whole company just because the value is so immense that it overwhelms one problem and solves another. So it's been great. Just being here, we've learned for the back end especially how we need to optimize our time so much more and just set boundaries. There's so many things. Really, there's just too many things.
Too many components, bro.
Way too many things.
That's fair. That's fair. We talked about the traffic, right? Like traffic is important, and you mainly run the front end. You mainly do a lot of things in the back end.
Exactly.
You guys do a lot together. So, what would you say has changed within the front end? Like, what is the reason? What was the problem you're facing that allowed you to book 0 appointments? That just kept your like fucking calendar empty, bro?
I'd say the main thing was leverage and messaging as well. The messaging that we were putting together was just so like needy, book a call with me. We were not providing any value up front and creating any trust. So it was like, we just looked like everybody else, and we were just so spammy and scammy.
Beforehand, you know, we had a team. That team didn't work out, so then we went back, and it was just Rob and I. So Rob was doing all of the messages, he was doing all of the appointment setting, and he was doing all of the sales calls. And we were like, okay, well, you know, we need to put and plug in a system here. We need something that we can create, make, and run, just like that, and just keep it flowing.
Exactly, bro.
So we found
consistency.
Yes, exactly. And we found an appointment setter who previously ran his own agency and understands the game and understands what we're trying to achieve. He's sold on the vision. And being able to have a player like that in place that you can trust, you can let just go, is immense.
Growth team, bro. Building a team, like ultimately your business runs on other people, right?
Yes.
Whenever you want to build a successful company, because otherwise it's limited, right? There's a maximum capacity, there's a floor that you're gonna hit. So that makes a lot of sense. What would you say is the mindset shift you made or you have realized that allow you to scale from like, you know, 10, 15 to 30K instead of from 0 to 10? What is the difference there?
Yeah, so like mentally, when we were at 15K, honestly, I would have to say, at least myself, I don't want to speak for Rob, but had almost gotten to a point of like complacency. Because, you know, you get to the point where, you know, you have that money coming in. You're not doing bad anymore, okay? Right? Like you've made that first big jump and you're kind of like, okay, you know, things are okay. Things are good. So from going from 15 to 30, it was like flipping that hunger switch back on. That switch that you need to have on to be in that survival mode. We spoke about this yesterday.
We were on a yacht yesterday. We spoke about exactly like survival mode, like feeling the need, like the actual need and urgency to make money instead of having the freedom to think and then, you know, operate from a place of like, from a perspective of more like, you know, you have a more abundant mindset.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is like the shift from 10, 15 to 30 is you can actually make decisions that provide value rather than try to get money in short term because you need money now. Like when you're able to think about providing value for other people, the whole game changes because you attract things. You're not trying to grab them, you know, and that's been the biggest mindset switch is just leverage, you know, because you can actually make decisions that leverage because now you have time to actually think and you've bought back with the 10, 15K some mental real estate to make
fucking
decisions.
Way more money.
Yeah, long-term decisions. You're not just like, oh, I have no time. I need 10K. You know, I need to sign clients. You're not needy.
You're not short-term.
Although the urgency is still there, though.
The urgency
is still there.
The decisions are just different.
Exactly.
The decisions are just different, and it's more beneficial to your clients as well. It benefits client results when you flip that switch.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely been the biggest thing, is going from survival mode to let's really build something
great, bro.
Big. Yeah,
solid.
Let's build something great.
What have you feel? What is the perception that you've had in the last, a couple of weeks from getting proper client results? Like, what was the thought that you had about the importance of client results, but now the moment you actually get it, what has changed? Do you understand my question? The way I frame my question?
No, absolutely. And, you know, when you're striving for those client results, like you sign the client and then the fulfillment comes.
Yes.
Correct? So you can sign a client. If you can't deliver, you have nothing truly for your business to stand on.
What the fuck are you going to do?
Correct. Right. Exactly. So when you get to the point where you're getting the testimonials, you're getting people that are sending you the text messages, they're happy, they're calling you excited, you have a mindset switch to, I'm providing value. I'm solving a problem for this person that they could not do on their own. And when you get to that point, and now like what you were saying with operating from abundance, you can now step back and say, I'm providing value, I'm doing something right, okay, now let's dive into what I'm doing right, the value that I'm providing, and let's make it more valuable.
That's so solid. You know what, I always say it like this, right? You have the survival perspective where you're in the fucking game.
Yes.
And then after 10K a month, you just basically have like a drone perspective on the situation including opinions of other people and perspectives that other people give you, so you can overview things to make better decisions.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
No, I want to go back to the perception of the back end, because this, like Hunter said, as soon as a client signed, that's when the fulfillment comes. So, okay, if you backtrack, you have to have a system for acquisition so you can actually focus on the client results. And that's why when working with Nick, you know, developing that front end system like this right away, and it's actually a system that you can just plug in an input and get an output that you know is going to come.
Yeah.
Then you just put more volume into the system, and now instead of focusing on, oh, I need to get this client, you can focus on, oh, how am I going to deliver for the client, because we know that they're going to come in because we've developed that system. So I think it all comes down to systemizing the front end first, so you can focus on the
Exactly.
back end.
Without clients, you cannot get client results.
Exactly. Exactly.
People always talk about I have some people, right, and maybe you're the same, but like, say, Nick, you know what? I need to structure my entire like fulfillment. I need to do this. What do I need to do? I said, bro doesn't even have clients.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So getting clients in, asking these clients feedback allows you to build a better product, because whenever you start your own offer, you already have some sort of skill. You just don't know how you're gonna deliver that value towards other people yet, because you don't have the experience.
Exactly.
How has your guys' life changed outside of business? Like, we're here, so like we're doing something good, bro. But besides the money aspect, that's solid, that's good. But what about the rest, bro?
Bro, that question just gave me goosebumps. Because the way it's changed is, it's the same as the business. You have so much more abundance, and you can actually do what you enjoy. Because now that you're not operating at a mindset of scarcity, and I know we keep saying it, now you can actually focus on, oh, why am I really doing this? And then you find out you have time to discover yourself and what you actually want. So in discovering that, you find more actual fulfillment outside of the financial, the financial goals. You figure out your life goals, who you really are. And that's very fulfilling.
Overcoming fears at night.
Overcoming fears.
Well, we're all batting on the fact of, like swimming to the other side at night because there were like fucking sharks, whatever the fuck. Like,
but yeah, you can actually focus now on developing yourself as a person, rather than, I need this money now. You just create so much more abundance, whether in your business and in your actual life. It's crazy.
Well, and like the thing also that really comes into play, just piggybacking off of Rob here, is when you have a healthy business and you have something that is running smooth, like that only happens because of what you're doing outside of business.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if you're completely unorganized, if you're lazy outside of business, you can't replicate that inside.
No, bro.
Okay?
Oh, that's solid.
Bro.
So when your business improves, that also means that your life outside of business has improved.
Exactly.
So when you get to a point where you're making a massive jump financially, it's also because you're self-improving massively.
That is a very good point, bro. Like, it's same with like changing mentally is changing physically.
Yes.
Or changing physically that changes your mental state, bro. When you go to the gym consistently, you have so much more peace. Instead of like being behind a computer all the fucking time, not going outside, not getting sunlight, right? Like,
yeah, no, bro. Another thing too is like, if we weren't making 30K, dude, we wouldn't be here right now. And if we weren't here right now, we wouldn't have learned as much as we learned. I mean, we were sitting in the pool the other day, and we were like, holy shit, dude. I mean,
it's crazy.
You're able to surround yourself with people like this that actually and observe them in order to improve yourself as well. So it's like you're buying back mental real estate. You're able to experience more things to improve yourself. There's so much that goes into having a healthy business. And like Hunter said, your business is really just a reflection of yourself. So when your business improves, the reflection of yourself improves, and then it's just boom, 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 boom. You're not oscillating anymore. Like your lowest standard is now your goal. It was your, bro. It goes so deep.
It goes so deep. Like, we can talk here for hours.
Yeah.
Right. It's a good point. What would you say to people that are like, kind of like at the 10K a month mark? Because like my main client is like actually making, I would say, 10K. The average client on board is making anywhere between 1 to 10K.
Yeah, I would honestly, one of the biggest things instrumentally that has been, at least for myself, I know for Rob too, 'cause we speak on this all the time, but always finding ways, sometimes like a lot of the time, even outside of the business, on how you can improve yourself, whether that is speaking, whether it's watching sales training, whether it's, getting more knowledge on topics that you aren't as sure about, whatever it may be. But the more you improve outside that you now can bring into your business is going to increase the value that you can bring to a client. And a client can tell when you're sitting on a sales call whether you are actually, if you're speaking, when you're speaking, if you know what you're talking about, if you're preaching what you actually do.
With social proof as well.
Exactly. Or if you're just trying to put a mask on to get their money.
People know that.
Exactly.
I feel like people know that right nowadays. Like, I think what I said it in my YouTube videos, like, trust is nowadays within like the info product market, agency market, one of the most valuable currencies that you can have. In terms of like leveraging the fact of authenticity, being authentic towards other people. I think like that people feel that through the screen. You know what I mean?
They do.
Like people just know. People just know. So like it's like a perception that people create when they are behind the screen. They view us. They have a perception about who we are, what we do, and it's for them to decide if they feel like that's authentic, not for us.
Yeah. So I'd say the biggest thing that people from 1 to 10K a month is find those people that show what they do, like Nick, and have that authenticity and prove the results, and people that you can trust and that are actually where you want to be, and learn from them. Like that's the number one thing, because you can replicate success so easily. That's number one biggest thing is find people and learn from them. Find people that are where you are, that you can trust. For example, like Nick, that shows what he does, that's authentic, that doesn't act as if he's some guru like all these other, and just learn from him, because or them, because that's you're buying so much time that way, and you're just gonna skip so many triumphs and tribulations. You're just gonna miss so much pain when you actually learn from somebody that's already done it, because they're just gonna give you advice that's gonna deliver results like this, and you're just gonna scale so much faster.
True. That's when you put in the work. You guys are fucking awesome clients. I'll tell you something, you do it. I'll tell you this, do this, you're gonna do this, I should do it this way. You guys give your opinion towards me, what you should do, and then bro, we'll grow.
Yeah.
So let's do this. That's gonna happen. Next week we have our next call, and it's just like, it's done. Results are there.
Done.
So that is attracting the right clients. It's fucking important, bro.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street.
It is. All the time. Like people always say, right, and that's one of the biggest lies. People always say that other people can guarantee you results. Like, how can you guarantee other people's success?
You didn't guarantee us anything. You were like,
I didn't say shit, bro.
you were like, I know this is what I do. Let's do
Just
it.
pay me, bro. Like, or not. Like,
Yeah, let's do it. And we did it, and boom, now we're here in a villa on the Palm in Dubai, driving fucking
supercars,
Ferraris,
G-wagons.
yachts.
yeah, bro.
It's because we made a decision, and he helped us make that decision. And it's like we can trust him, because you just look at all the social proof. It's crazy. The momentum.
How would you find the right person though? Like how would you what like for you guys, right? You join me. So how would you what would you suggest people to do whenever they're looking for help to find the right person? Because maybe it's me. Maybe it's like probably when they're watching this interview for like almost 30 minutes, they'll probably interested. Otherwise they wouldn't watch that long. But
I would definitely say understand your problem that you're trying to solve first and foremost. Like figure out what is the actual issue here. What is the thing that you need to solve? What is the roadblock, or the barrier in the way of scale? And then look for people that solve those problems. You're going to find so many people that solve all these problems. And then from there, it comes down to the authenticity and the trust. But first and foremost, sit down and figure out what is going on and what the actual problem is that you're trying to solve. Because if you don't know the problem that you're trying to solve, how is anybody supposed to help you?
Yes.
it's such a good
So
point.
that's number one thing, to find the people. And then from there, it just goes back down to, who are you and who do you want to be around? Who do you want to be like? and you're gonna find a mentor one way or another, whether it's Nick or whether it's somebody else. That's the number one thing. Is figure out your problem.
And going off of that, once you diagnose that issue and you know what you need fixed, and going into like the part of finding the right person, energy can tell you so much. Because when we were looking for help scaling, we knew we needed help. We had an issue, and that was with scaling the front end, getting more clients in. We need systems. We knew we had an issue, and we looked at different outlets. And every time that we would come back and talk together, we're just like, man, like, it's just not it. We're like, it's just not it.
But why was that?
Because it was just like, honestly comes down to gut feeling.
Yeah, fair.
And it was just like, we would talk, and some of the things that they wanted out of us were just over the top. And, you know, like I said in the beginning, we are actually on a call with another person to help us scale. We hung up, we talked about it, we were like, no. And Rob was like, I have a call with Nick Setting.
Who the fuck is that?
In 30 minutes, and I didn't know who you were. I was like, who is Nick Setting? And he's like, give me your Instagram handle. He's like, okay, I'm gonna hop on this. He calls me back, and he goes, we're doing it. And I'm like,
was that? You didn't even tell me, bro.
That's exactly how it went. That's exactly how it went. And I'm like, okay, sweet, because like we have so much trust with each other. I'm like, okay. I'm like, awesome, we're doing it. And I'm like, just out of curiosity, I'm like, why? And he's like, bro, go watch this guy's YouTube channel. He's like, I hopped on. He's like, within the first not even 5 minutes, he's like, done. And that was it. And that's like, you'll know though. You'll know when you find that right person, you will know like that.
Yeah, it's same with finding a girl. You just know.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Yes.
Because the reason is like you can just tell when somebody's in it for their own good or for your own good.
Yes.
And that was the biggest thing with Nick is like Hunter said, we talked to somebody. I mean, it was the sexiest thing ever, right? This guy was our client. He has a private equity firm. Like, oh my gosh, this guy wants to be a part of our company. Holy shit, we have something here. But then it comes down to the principalities of things.
Yes.
And you see right through the shit. You see right through the shit.
No, you do.
Yeah.
You do. Most people don't, bro. Most people don't. You do. You're smart. You guys are smart. We're like, I wouldn't say it's not a smart thing. Sorry to cut you off, but I think it's an awareness problem that people have.
Yeah. You just have to find somebody that has your best interest in mind. For example, I got on the call with Nick. I'm like, yo, so do you do this? He's like, nah, bro, I don't do that shit. I do this. And he just gave it to me straight. He wasn't fluff. He was like, I don't know if we should even work together. Like, what do you... And it was that. Just, I don't know if I can really help you. It was just the fact that he gave it to me straight.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like a one-fits-all type of deal. You can just tell that he had your best interest.
Yeah. That's so funny. Like
it's not a course. Bro.
No,
you're not going to accept some, random in there.
What do you want to say?
Yeah. No, you're not going to accept some habibi in there.
Oh.
Yeah, it comes down to somebody that has your best interest that can actually solve your problem. It's a really easy decision if you're not a pussy. Do you want to grow or not? It comes down.
Yeah,
do you
fair.
want to grow or not?
What do you want to do with your life, bro?
What do you want to do? Do you really want to grow? Stop wasting time on all these other people. Find somebody that actually matters. Like, bro, it's everybody overcomplicates everything.
That is very true.
It's honestly simple when it comes down to it. Like, you have so many people that say, I want this, I want that, I want to grow, I want more money in, I want more clients, and it's like, well, what the fuck are you doing?
Invest in Nick Setting if you want that.
There you go.
Invest in Nick Setting. Like, you want more money? Hit this guy up, bro. Like, super
and
simple.
Listen and do it. Like that. He tells you to do something, you do it, and just watch.
Next thing you know, you have a $30K a month business. 10 appointments coming in. You have to dial back your outreach.
Bro, I didn't say anything.
You gotta hire a closer.
You have to dial back your outreach.
This almost feels uncomfortable. Don't promote me so much, bro. This is not my marketing. Like, fuck.
Oh, bro, it's crazy. Just listen to the guy. And you can watch his YouTube and you'll make 10K. And then from there...
Whenever you take action.
Yeah, whenever you stop being a pussy. That's what it is. So yeah, that's all it comes down to is problem awareness, action, And, you know, because if you're aware of your problem before you talk to somebody, they can actually diagnose it.
Of course, if I don't have the data on what somebody else's problem is, the onboarding is never happening.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's the same for you guys. Like
Yeah.
we don't know if we cannot solve problems, if you don't know what problem to solve, it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how business works, and that's what I think is very interesting to know.
Because
It's
this
the
is
biggest
so
thing.
valuable.
And we learned it here.
Yes,
And if we
did.
didn't
didn't
listen
come
to
here-
you, if we didn't listen to you and scale to whatever we scale to, then we wouldn't be able to be here to learn about
To learn more
Yeah.
about that exactly,
Yes.
to solve another fucking
The
problem.
Yes.
momentum, dude. It's all momentum.
So what's the thing?
Yeah, so the biggest thing about the back end, so we learned everything about the front end, right? How to optimize, how to make systems, this, that, the other thing. But we
got here.
looked at our back end and we were like, okay, well there's a contrast here.
Yeah.
There's a contrast. And we got here and we're watching how everyone's working. We're watching how people are spending their time. We're seeing people down on their computers, everyone here. And we're like, these guys are so time efficient. We're like, when they do something, they do it now, they get it done now, and that is that. And something that in the back end, myself, I had fallen into was I would work for so long just because I wanted to work. I wanted to seem like I was doing something. And it's like, that is such a false reality. That's selling yourself back into the 9-to-5 mindset. Because it's like you got out of that to do work for yourself, but now yourself is keeping you at your desk because you want to feel valuable to yourself when
That's
you're
a
not doing
good
anything
point.
productive.
And that is what most people do. You're self-employed while
Yes.
running a company. And that is where what Rob said in the beginning, like leverage. Leverage is important, first of all, to scale. But at the same time, like, you don't want to be self-employed in your own business because then you're basically just working a 9-to-5.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to fall victim to it because you see all these people. Oh,
Yeah, bro.
Sundays, 12-hour days,
Yeah.
getting it in.
Grind.
You can get it done in 3 hours, bro. Don't sit at your computer. Enjoy
Yes.
life. You
People
did this
procrastinate
doing-
like crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
but going back to the front end, back end thing. I mean, me and Hunter, we were sitting at the Atlantis, chilling, right?
Yes.
In Dubai, right? Pulled up in the G. But besides that, we were sitting there and we were like, I'm like, Hunter, bro, what are we doing, bro, in the back end? Because if you look at it, the things that we learned in the front end is like systemization, get rid of as many variables as possible so you can actually streamline the process and have input output. And then we looked at our back end, and our back end is just clustered everywhere. Clients calling us whenever they please, this, that, and the other thing. And we're like, bro, we have way too many variables to scale.
Nothing's controlled.
Yeah, and like being here, if we didn't create a system in the front end, for one, we wouldn't be here, and if we weren't here, we wouldn't have realized those things. So, yeah, it's
Yeah, bro. That's so true. Like every single time I travel, I learn something new that puts me in a new situation that creates a new opportunity so I can solve my next problem.
Yes, exactly.
That was our next problem, is all of the variables in our back end to actually scale. Because right now, it's like we have clients, and it's not even taking 12-hour days. It's taking 12-hour days, and then we come here and we're like, and so going back to this, I'm getting ahead of myself, but like you go back to the fact that it's taking 12-hour days, so you think, oh, dude, we can't take any more clients, we can't scale, we have to hire, we have to decrease our profit margins. No, dude, fuck that. You just have to create more efficient systems.
Yes.
And if you look at what you've learned and you look at everybody else and how they're actually scaling their business, it's systems, time efficiency, leverage. And if we weren't here, we wouldn't have learned that. And now we know that we can scale exponentially if we just systemize the back end and get rid of variables. And we went to learn that if we didn't optimize our front end, make a fuck ton of money, come here and be around all
Very
these
true,
guys.
bro.
Yeah.
Very true.
So
Well,
it goes hand in hand.
And as we sat down in the pool, we literally took we sat there for probably about 2 hours, and we took our entire back end, and we took our entire front end, and we looked at both, and we said, here's this front end system, this magnificent, just plug and play,
Yeah.
just take volume, just rush it through.
Fucking appointments,
Just
ongoing.
throw it, and we're like, okay, here's the back end. Let's throw something in there, and it bounces out like a fucking ping pong
Bounces
ball.
out, yeah.
And we're like, okay, let's mimic this. And we're like, we go through it, and we're like, okay, now we have a process here.
There's a process.
that is,
Things started
let's-
moving, bro.
Yeah, 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day. Okay, now we can go from this. We can go from, let's say, 5 clients. Okay, well now we can have 20 clients.
Exactly.
Because we have the plug and play here as well.
In the same system.
And
in the same time.
that is so valuable because it's so easy to get caught up in all of just the bullshit and just think that you just run yourself in circles ultimately.
Yeah, no, you're
yourself
making
in
a good point.
circles.
Absolutely. Good. Listen, we got to wrap it up because it's gonna be too long.
Yeah.
What is one last thing that you would say towards people making in between 1 to 10K a month right now, maybe 20, maybe 30, have some 20, 30K a month clients, that they need to do to scale, that they need to do to get out of their fucking situation, because for most people it's been way too long.
I mean, honestly, one of the, this is gonna sound cliche, but one of the first things is gotta believe in yourself. So many people just do not even believe that they can do it, and that's one of the reasons why they procrastinate. It's one of the reasons why they stay in the same place, because they don't think it's possible for them. So that, I think, solving your problems, whether it's with somebody or just sitting down and being brutally honest with yourself and saying, I need to eliminate this and this because I know this is what's stopping me from growing. Eliminate your problems, get to work, take action now, and you'll get there.
Fair point.
Yeah, I'd say similar. You have to be honest with yourself and stop falling a victim to your own self.
Yes.
You have to really be honest with yourself, because most people, they're in these little towns, nobody's making any money, all their high school friends, they're the one making the most money, they have this business, so they feel up here, compared to everybody around them. And then you create this false sense of prestige, you create this false sense of, gratitude towards what you're doing, but you're not really content, so you have to be really honest with yourself and say, okay, yeah, I'm doing all right, but where do I really want to be? And then you go from where you really want to be, and then you just reverse engineer, and then you'll come back to, okay, if I really want to be here, what am I doing right now that's preventing me from getting there? And it goes back to figuring out what the hell you're doing wrong to prevent you from getting here. So be honest with yourself, brutally honest, and take action, massive action. And don't be scared to ask people for help. Don't be scared to invest in information.
The first one is important.
Yeah, don't be scared to ask people for help.
Even if it's family, even if it's friends, just ask people for help whenever you need help. I think it's the asking part as well. I don't want to dive into this too much, but it's people are two people, they have a too big ego. They think they cannot do everything themselves, and that's exactly the reason why you're stuck. They think, I can do it all myself. I cannot do anything myself, bro. Not a lot. I need people. I need experiences for that. I need a certain environment for that.
Bro, it's as simple as, I started the business as myself, and why I brought Hunter on is because I couldn't do it myself, and now we're partners. So it's
they work together.
Humility. Stop thinking you're the shit, because you're not, and get over yourself, bro. You're gonna be your own problem if you think that you're the shit. You can do it all yourself. You can't, and you won't. Simple.
I have one last question. What would you guys say to somebody who's watching this video right now who's potentially thinking of investing in me?
I think we've pretty much said it at this point.
I need more marketing. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. You keep it short. Just simple.
No. Okay.
Just based on your experience,
based on our experience, if you're thinking about investing with Nick, just take a look at everything we've said here. Look at where we're sitting, and if you want a genuine, true mentor that's going to give it to you how you need it and give you what you need, then you're looking right at it.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it, boys.